Hi guys, so I'm Mr. Earthy and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about um what we should be focusing on right now rather than focusing on fighting for our racist rights or doing all these protests as we still are. Um I just wanted to say that we've come to a point in life where I'm happy to announce that I can speak my mind and not have people discriminate or completely judge me off that point I've made. And this is because a lot of information is coming to light about spirituality, the third eye, the rapists within the high up elites, and how the money is changing the world, and how pretty much money gives you enough power to cover up murder, to cover up rape, to cover up anything. And on top of this, people that are up there don't have to pay the tax that we have to pay, which is the working economy, people and people that are struggling to pay their rent on a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get into the fact that the way social media is portrayed nowadays is pretty much like a god and pretty much like the government in a way. Like the social media is run by the government. We all know that, right? And when the internet was first given to us and we didn't know how to use it at first, and now we're actually developing over the years and learning how to use it, and we're finding out all these new ways of becoming millionaires and rich people just purely of using the tool we've been given by the same people that have been oppressing us and have been trying to put us down over the past couple hundreds of years. So my point is, a big example is of how we had the blackout thing, right? Now, I didn't want to speak too much about it because obviously there is a lot of controversy when you're speaking about race, especially being, from around the place in Europe and having a bit of mix in you. But I was just cautious about speaking about it because I didn't know how people react and also what the facts are, and how the government pretty much hides some things, just like how the Amazon. So Blackout Tuesday, everyone was posting a black screen and talking about blackouts and about how they don't want to pay, about something to do with not paying electricity bills or something to do along those lines, right? I don't want to give too much details or go too much into it because these are just speculations and my opinions upon the subject, right? So some of the things here could be different and stuff like that. However, they were just posting black pictures and pretty much trying to block out any type of information from spreading slash denying the access to spread awareness about the actual subject that we're getting into right now. And at first I found it very weird because it's like the fact we got here and the fact that we're already here getting all these, protests and all these people to actually start listening to us, whether that's because we're starting to use violence and they need to do something, or whether it's because of the protests. Like, it's weird that they're telling us to blackout, no one talk, no one spread awareness, but then at the same time, the whole reason why we actually got to the point we are is because we've been using the phone that we've been given and we've been using the power that we actually can get, right? So it doesn't make sense for us to just black out and start not spreading information, as well as the fact that we've seen over centuries and over years and over for forever that the government is not going to do anything about this, right? You know what I mean? Like, we have to speak up. The community has to speak up. We have to stand up against each other and we have to do something about this. It's not going to be like, oh yeah, the government, from today, the racism is gone. There's that. Like, it's already illegal to be racist in a way. Like, you can report someone for being racist and they are going to get trialed as a human, blah, blah, blah. However, when it comes to these government knights, because that's what I'm going to call them, government knights, people that pretty much protect the government and follow all these rules and are pretty much robots, because most of these people have lost their tact with themselves and have lost their core values of being an actual human being. They're literally just robots, right? In my opinion, the police nowadays. Like, even if you go abroad, yeah, and I'm just gonna drift off topic quickly, but if you go abroad and you get stopped by police with a little bit of something that you shouldn't have on you, they'll be like, okay, how old are you? Oh, 17, 18, this, that, however old you are. And they might just be like, all right, cool, just, we'll take it, don't do, you know what I mean? Like, they'll allow you because they know you're young, they don't want to mess up your future, they don't want to put you in that category of being a criminal and not being able to do anything else with your life, and then for you to have to blaming yourself for years and not being able to succeed at whatever you want. And it's just it's just long. Like it's not the right thing to do. And the way the government is going nowadays, like why are we not talking about the fact that most people in our country are struggling to pay rent? Most people don't have enough money to make themselves happy. Why are people going to these events in America and actually robbing shops? They're like, yo, this is my only opportunity to get something I want in life. And all these things that people are flexing in my hand. They're like, oh yeah, I've got like 5 houses on my wrist. People are like, yo, that's the only way I can get it. I can't buy this. I can't work for this because I still got to pay rent, pay for my kids' supply, this, that. We've got all these other things that we need to spend our money on so that we can't actually access the life that we want to live. Therefore, we're living in a constant state of depression and constantly going down and constantly judging ourselves. And then we just start living off our ego. That's how it is. It's simple as that. But right now, the government needs to start getting exposed. I need everyone to start not talking about Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter, because there's always going to be two sides of the story. There's always going to be white people that are going to be like, oh, everyone's lives matter. And there's always going to be black people who are going to be like, yo, listen, I understand that your life is not exactly perfect, but my life is difficult because of my skin color. Do you not think that we should be doing that? I understand. However, we need to all unite and show that it's the government, it's the oppressors. Because if you walk down the street and someone is poor and you're poor, they're not gonna give a fuck about you. They're not gonna care that, oh, let me stop talking to this person because they're white or something, or because they're black. It's mostly about rich and poor. That's the difference right now. Economic difference. That's where it is. That's where it is. And we just need to make sure that it doesn't keep flying away from us, bro. Because listen, if we don't do nothing about this, man, it's gonna go crazy. And they're gonna start popping the vaccinations in, and half of these bots out here are gonna start going, oh yeah, we need this, we all need this, we all need this to survive. Like you had in my other comments, in my other video commenting, oh, vaccinations are actually good for you. Bro, go do your own research. I'm not a scientist. I'm living life and I'm learning things as they come to me. I also try to study a lot and look into things that people may not look into like twice, you know what I mean? Normally the most painful truth or the most uncomfortable truth is the truth. Like the most uncomfortable statement is probably the truth. In a lot of times we don't want to hear the truth because we're scared of it or we're not fully understanding it. Anyway, guys, that's it from me today, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day and stay blessed.